Nothing's off limits with this duo. It's father and daughter, Dawn and Cher. And join the club if you're a Chattermouth.
Hey y'all, it's Cher and
Dawn.
And welcome back to the Chattermouth podcast. We're so excited to be here for a very special episode today. We're going to do our own version of a little pillow talk. We're going to call it Smothered-ish while we dish on all the Smothered characters from this season, season 5. I'm so excited to chat about it because I watched this season and it was
crazy.
I don't even know the words for it.
I know. Being that I find that we're smothering, even though I don't really see it so much, but sometimes I do see it.
Well, that's why we got cast on the show.
I know. And sometimes I do see it. I kind of see it more since you moved near me.
It's funny because I feel like we're more smothered now than even during filming, but in the best way possible.
I think it's the best way possible. I don't know if everyone thinks it's the best way possible, though.
But you know what? I think on our past seasons, they try to show, a lot of times they show like the negative light because it is television. Like
right.
You want to yell at your TV and be mad at your TV, right? But
right.
You're smothering, but you're doing it out of love. And I don't think they always captured that.
Well, maybe some people will think it's smothering too much because I'm too obsessed with you, wanting the best for you.
But do you think it's smothering in a bad way?
I don't think it's smothering in a bad way.
We'll take a step back and analyze what you do. Do you think it's bad?
I definitely don't. When I go grocery shopping for you and I'm bringing food for you because you don't have the time with Belle, I don't really think that's being too pushy.
Yeah.
But then, we'll do a TikTok on it and they'll say to me on the comments, "You're so pushy. Why are you bringing groceries over?" But I think it's helpful.
Well, I think the main issue with this, what you just said, is you're reading the comments. You can't read the comments.
I know.
Especially being like a reality TV person, you cannot read the comments,
I know. But then I say, but I'm not being too pushy because why not help if I could help?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm too pushy when I think it's called help. Mm-hmm. When I do things for you, I feel like I'm being helpful, not overly crazy.
The only thing that was smothering, watching our episodes back in our seasons, is when you're just trying to input your advice when your advice is not asked for. Right? That okay, you might not agree with, you always think give your opinion, give your advice, and that's fine. But watching our seasons back, you have to admit sometimes it did come off as too much. And I can understand why viewers would think that on a day-to-day. I don't think you're smothering in a bad way. I think you are definitely smothering. But why does smothering always have to be a bad thing? And I think that this season showed smothering in such a negative light. Everyone was so smothering to the extreme where you're like, you need to leave.
Right,
it was
right.
too much.
They didn't show, in my opinion, they didn't show the real connection of the mother and daughter in a way that you could really relate to.
Right.
it.
I couldn't relate to
that
them
was
this
the
season.
problem.
I was hoping to, but we have so much to discuss. We need to go through every character because some people were hilarious, some people were too much, and some people you're a little bit of aw, that's cute. So let's get right into it. Who should we start with first? Okay, I'm going to get right into it because these people were too much. Okay, so Trevor and India.
Oh,
First of all, Trevor was a boy. He's the son-in-law, or he's the son-in-law to the mom. And they're the mother, his mother-in-law is smothering the son-in-law. Which, wow. I can't imagine you doing that with Sharon.
I could never do that, but I don't understand why the mother-in-law would do that with the son-in-law.
It's nice. First of all, let's back up. It's nice to have a mother-in-law and son-in-law relationship. I think that's fabulous. In fact, I love that. What I did not love was the fact that the mother and the daughter did not get along at all, and she was always siding with the son-in-law and not her own daughter.
It's not even to me about the siding. It's just that she was so negative to her daughter.
So mean to her daughter.
So mean to her daughter. And it seemed like she just wanted Trevor for herself and was acting so catty. I mean, how can you act catty to your own daughter, to your own flesh and blood? There was something wrong, in my opinion, for the mom and daughter's relationship. It wasn't nice. She wasn't being nice to her daughter, and her poor daughter was pregnant with the third child, and it was just awful. It was just awful in my eyes.
It's interesting how the son-in-law really, or like the daughter's husband really wanted the mother and daughter, the mother, like them to get along. He wanted the mother-in-law to get along with her own daughter, which I thought was very special, like very brave of him and very cool that he wanted that.
Yes, he wanted it.
He felt caught in the middle.
He felt caught in the middle because he really had fun with India. He enjoyed being with her. They did fun things together, and I don't think he realized. You know, guys sometimes just don't realize that he probably doesn't even realize what is my mother-in-law India doing. You know, he just was having fun, and he was so accepted by her that he didn't think anything bad. But if you look at the whole situation, it wasn't right to her daughter.
It was, they are just, I don't know. I mean, I did like watching them, but I also was like upset I was always upset at the TV. I don't like being mad at the TV. I was like mad. I was like, stop being so mean to your daughter. Like,
and India never realized that she was being mean to the daughter. Like, never took a step back and say, well, maybe I am being a little much.
Yeah. It's weird. That was a weird relationship. I don't even know how they cast it for that, because it's a mother and daughter show. Like, what? Like, they need like counseling. And in the last episode, they did try to do like counseling, but then India was like, no, thank you. I can't do this.
Well, I can't really blame
the daughter.
The daughter. I couldn't blame the daughter.
Tried.
You know, like she just was disgusted. I mean, it was just so hurtful.
Right. And the fact that you're always choosing him over your own daughter.
No, it's just the relationship. That they were just like leaving her out all the time. They never included her. What about including the daughter when you go do things together? It was always just Trevor and India.
Yeah, but and that's one issue. But the issue I felt was like she was mean to her daughter.
Yes,
you
she
know?
was mean.
And Trevor would try to be like the middleman, but like your daughter is pregnant. Like, she needs you. She doesn't need someone who's going to make her life worse right now. And unfortunately, that's what her mom was doing.
Right.
Okay, so
Let's
go to the next. Who do you want to talk about next?
Let's talk about Brittany and Mary.
Okay, so they're my favorite.
They're
I love
my favorite
them.
too. I just do love them also.
Brittany looked so pretty with her dark hair. She had, so this season, she came on with this long dark hair and her, like, I think she was like blue eyes.
Yes.
She looked so good. I
thought they both looked so good.
Yes.
You know, I thought they're both very, very pretty. And I think Mary looks great for 59 years old.
Is she 59?
She's 59 now.
Wow,
and I think she really tries to keep herself. And it's all about trying to keep yourself.
Yeah. It's hard. So TJ, Brittany's boyfriend, I honestly sided with the mom this season with Mary, because I did not like the way that TJ was talking about Brittany's butt. I felt that, like, even if she wanted a bigger butt, like, that's fine. That's her prerogative. Girl, if you want to have plastic surgery, go for plastic surgery. I'm all for it. I support it, whatever. But the fact that her mom was saying to him, like, she has a nice butt, and he's like, not really. Like, he doesn't need to be that person. Like, our guys should be building us up. Even if we have the worst butt ever, like, our guys should be there to support us and tell us, like, hey, babe, I think you're beautiful. I think it looks great. And on TV, at least, I never heard that from him.
I just think that he was being honest in his feelings. He happens to like bigger butts. Some men do like bigger butts. So even though I think he was just being honest that he just likes bigger butts, you know.
You side with him?
I don't side with him. I think that it's her, but Brittany did say it was her decision. It's what she wanted to do for herself. But if he happens to like bigger butts, he's allowed to be honest and say that he likes bigger butts, though.
I don't think the way he did it was classy at all. I thought it was very rude. I felt he was putting her down. I was very mad at him on the TV. Like, I wanted to, like, write to Brittany and be like, what are you thinking? He's not being nice to her. I didn't like the way he was putting her down. I think Brittany's a nice girl. I think the way you didn't see that.
I didn't see that. I really didn't see that. I think he was just saying he happens to like bigger butts.
No, he still loved
her.
Say that.
He loved her. He was engaged to her. It was nothing to do with her.
Yes, it was everything to do with her. It was her butt.
I know, but he was just. Some men like bigger chests, some men like flat-chested, some like bigger butts, some men like little butts.
No, but the thing was...
He wasn't telling her to get plastic surgery for it. That's a difference.
Right.
He wasn't saying, go to the doctor and go to the plastic surgeon and get a big butt. He didn't say that. He just was saying what he likes.
That's fine, but when Brittany's mom, when Mary was like, she has a nice tush or whatever, he would be like... He was like, no, like he would give like bad faces as if she's crazy for saying that. Like, maybe it's not what he likes, but he should keep that to himself. I feel like you should never put your partner down in front of anybody else.
Right. He shouldn't put her down, but I think he was just being like, well, it's family. It's supposed to be family. He should be comfortable talking to Mary.
No, that's not. No, you should never put your partner down in front of anybody. I disagree.
Not put your partner down.
But he was. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of him. I don't know. I just didn't like the way he would do that. I think, if she wants to get plastic surgery, that's fine. I just didn't like the way that he was supporting her because I felt he wasn't supporting her. I don't know.
I also understand Mary's perspective is that she wanted someone that has a career, that is doing something, and felt that he wasn't really going to be able to support her later on. And as a mother, you always want someone that you know is going to take care of your child, is going to take care of your daughter. So with her speaking her mind about that, I thought that was fine because she wanted to see that he could take care of her later on in life.
Right. I think it's important to always talk to your, if there's something you don't like about your child's significant other, I do think as hard as it is, you should talk to them and tell them your feelings. It's there, but you have to support them and know it's their decision whether to take it or not. And that's what you and Mary both, I think, struggle with.
Well, it's hard because when you know in your gut what you feel is right for your child and your daughter is in the situation, a lot of times when you're in the situation, it's hard to see. It's hard really to see. And being that you love your daughter or love your son, you have to tell them your feelings, even if they're not happy with it. And I believe you have to open your mouth. I just do, no matter what age you are.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you think about them going to a nude beach together?
I could never go to a nude beach.
You couldn't go on your own? What if it was just you and Daddy? Could you go?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
No.
You know what? I wouldn't mind honestly going to one. I think it'd be very interesting.
Well, I wouldn't be okay with it?
I mean, probably not. I kind of want to just go by myself, maybe. I don't know. I think it would be very interesting to go, and then you don't have to worry about tan lines, which is nice. But I would never, ever, ever go with Jared and you. I don't want him to see you.
Don't worry. I'm never going. So that's one thing you don't have nothing to worry about. And I don't want to look at his penis.
Oh my gosh, that was
disgusting.
So weird. That was oh my goch. I hope they don't really do that. But that's oh my goodness. And then what was it? The pony? What did they do? Pony racing?
Oh, they were exercising with
I never knew that was a thing. That became a thing, I guess, during COVID or something, but I never knew pony exercising. Have you ever done that?
Never done that at all. But if it works, why not try it? It looked like fun.
It did look like fun.
So maybe we should try it.
We'll have a little pony race with Brittany and Mary next time. We'll have them over. That's too funny. Okay, who's the next person?
Christina and Kathy.
Yes, Christina. What do you think of them this season?
I thought it was a very interesting storyline with Kathy wanting a party
at a funeral
home and doing like eulogies, and I don't know. I just
about hearing
that.
Something though that is nice is like it is sad that when you pass away, you never get to hear the eulogy. So it is kind of cool that she got to hear it before she passed. But I don't personally like the fact that you're celebrating in a funeral home. Like, I feel like that's like a very sacred, sad place, and just having a party there to me is almost like having like a mockery of it. I don't know. I just didn't love that.
Well, to me, I'm also very superstitious.
Right,
So
me
to
too.
me, I wouldn't do it before,
Yeah.
it would happen. I just don't believe in that because I'm very superstitious. But I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people got a kick out of the fact. So after the funeral, Kathy announced that she got a plot for Christina right next to her in the.
Oh, yes.
She got a kick out. People were like, "Oh my gosh, but didn't you get one for me?"
I did get
Yes.
one for you, so.
So we thought that was cool. We were like, "Oh, we totally."
Yes.
Yeah, but I think that the nice thing, I do like Kathy and Christina, and I think that they add a little bit of like less weirdness to the show.
Less
Like,
weirdness, but to me, the only thing that I thought this was very
Yes.
weird, having a party at a funeral home for her 65th birthday.
Yeah.
That is not something I would do. I understand that her mom passed at 68 and her grandma passed at 68, but to me that would be more depressing. So I understood that Christina was like depressed by it, doing this party.
That was hard.
Yes.
Yeah, I would too. I would hate doing that.
But you know what I did love?
What?
I love the legs out of the coffin.
I was just thinking
you
how I
know,
did not like that.
because Kathy does have really great legs.
She
So
does.
she used her good point, her legs
Yeah.
as her accent piece. And
I
I
lo-
thought that was
yeah.
really cool.
I love how she recognizes like her strong part, her strong
Yes.
points. Like she like flaunts her legs because like,
Yes.
it's cute that she's always wearing heels. Like she always wears heels, and she has these like
Well, she has
nicer
really good legs.
so she likes to show them off.
Yes,
It's
yes,
cute.
yes.
One thing I didn't like is that they're really into the tanning bed.
Oh,
You know us. We love our
Oh.
skincare. Tanning is the worst.
that is the worst. I don't understand. I wanted to scream at the TV. You're aging yourself. You're aging yourself. Your skin is going to look like leather soon. How can you do that?
Yeah.
And with everybody knows that tanning beds can cause skin cancer.
Yeah.
It is the worst thing. I mean, get out of the 80s and stop those tanning beds.
Right. I saw that. I was like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. And they did look very tan this season. So I guess
They
it's all
always
the tanning
look
bed.
tan. They always
Yeah.
look really tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just said, please don't tan. I'd rather you spray tan yourself than go in a tanning bed. Girls, do not go in a tanning bed and follow that. Please don't.
That's so true. There's warning labels now on tanning beds. I saw somebody said like a comment to her because I saw she posted this like video afterwards talking about how like tanning is great, don't come for me, and that like she'll send you the article on how good tanning is. And I was like, girl, this is not good for you. Like, what? Don't spread false information.
No, and any dermatologist you would speak to would say, do not
Yeah,
go in a tanning
100%.
bed. No, that
And
that
from
was
a registered
bad.
nurse, I'm telling you, not good.
No,
But
no,
besides
no.
that, love them. But let's move on.
Okay.
So next one.
Sky and Skylar.
Oh.
Well, I love their name. I love their name. I love that Skylar named her daughter Sky. I mean, that is incredible.
Yeah.
So what do you think of their names? I love their names.
I think it's very cute. I really do. Like, I wonder if Skylar is ever called Sky for short, and she's probably like, no, that's my mom's name. But no, I think it's such a cute name, Sky and Skylar. I don't know what can sell in. Oh, I could be like Cher and Sherry. I could have done like for Belle. It could have been like Cher and
just
Sherry or
love
Cher and
it, you
Sharon.
know. I always liked the name Sky, and so Sky and Skylar, I just thought was so cool.
It is cute. It is really cute. What do you think about them? I thought they were fun to watch. What did you think?
I thought they were fun too, and I love the music that she wants to be a singer and a star, and maybe her mom wants it also, you know. But
You know what I was thinking? Maybe they should just go into business together as like a mother-daughter singing duo. Because I don't know any other mother-daughter singing duos out there. There was like couples duo, like there were Sunny and Cher. What about like a mother-daughter duo?
you
like
know, that's such a great
I know. We need to
idea for
contact them and be like,
right,
listen.
because her mom felt that she didn't get a chance to do that.
Yeah.
So
And her mom looks super young.
Oh yes, her
She
mom
is young, but she
Yes.
looks like they could be friends. Like
yes.
I thought that her mom looked younger than her other daughters.
I thought so too. Her mom looked beautiful.
Yeah,
Her mom
very-
has beautiful skin.
She takes
and
care of herself.
Yeah,
I
she
think, yeah.
does. And she's so into it and wants it so much for her daughter. But, that's such a great idea. We should kind of like
Tell
DM
her.
them and tell them,
Go and
go
do
a
it
mother-daughter duo,
I think
for
it's
singing.
cute. Yeah, they have they have talent.
Yes.
But like the mom was up there twerking. I think it's hard. The mom like didn't fully like live out what she ever wanted, and she wants to
Exactly.
help her daughter get there, but she still wants it too. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
tough.
So I really understood her. I didn't think it was terrible that she was twerking. I mean, she looks young.
I
and-
know, but it's like your mom. Like you don't want your mom up there twerking. Like that's weird. You know what I mean? She's still like I think she's 18. She's young, 18 or 20. Like she's young. So in her head, it's still like her mom. Like mom, stop. Like let me have my own spotlight. Like she wants to go her own route.
Right.
And so her mom needs to support her instead of just wanting to be her.
I think she wants to come along for the ride and also
she
go
does.
that route.
Yeah, 100%. She does.
You could see she has that in her still.
Yeah. I felt bad for the other daughters because the other daughters never really got their chance to shine. They lived with her parents, I think, while they were growing up, and 'cause
Right,
she was
right.
focusing on her career. So that was tough. And now
That
she's
was
giving her
tough.
whole life to Skylar. But it's like, what about the other two?
But maybe they don't want to go into show business. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Yes.
But they were cute. We didn't see that much of them.
No, we didn't, but I could have seen more of them.
Yeah.
I like them. I just love the names.
You
That's
just like
what
them.
I love the names.
Sorry to pause the podcast, but if you're loving our podcast, then you'll love our book, and we have to tell you a little about it.
Actually, we wrote this book, and it's about how we got this close and how you can too.
It's called A Bond That Lasts Forever. And basically, it goes over our life's ups and downs. It shows pictures throughout our life and has adorable quotes throughout to inspire other mothers and daughters to have their own special relationship. You can pick it up on Amazon.com, at Barnes & Nobles, or wherever you get your books. Now, let's get back to the podcast. Okay, so who's the next one?
Okay, what do you think of Eva and Sunny?
They were interesting. They were like the vampire ones. I felt like they like took each other's blood and made them into like necklaces, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
I never like heard of that before. What'd you think?
I thought they were very interesting too. I understood Eva a lot in a lot of her thinking, where she didn't want her daughter to have sex before marriage. I mean, it's in their religion, and she wanted to keep her sacred. And I understood that, I mean, it's a different world today, but she, in her religion, in her beliefs, she really didn't want her daughter having intimacy with Scott. And I really did understand that. I mean, of course, Scott didn't understand that, and Eva and Sunny didn't want to do that, but I understood that she was protecting her daughter because she really wanted her daughter to get married.
Mm-hmm.
And every mom likes to see their daughter married, usually, and being that maybe not even see them married, but if they're going with someone and the daughter wants to marry the guy, then of course you want the daughter to get her wish.
Yeah.
And her wish was to marry Scott.
Yeah, but you know what I thought was interesting? I felt like Eva and Scott didn't get along for most of the season. And then when Scott finally decided he was going to propose, all of a sudden Eva was like, loved him. And I thought that was interesting because I feel like if I didn't like a guy for Belle and then he asked me to marry her, I would be like, I wouldn't want that if I didn't get along with him ahead of time.
I think she didn't get along with him because he wasn't respecting her wishes of, not living
But he
together.
kind of like would like
and-
laugh in her face a little bit. I
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
was a little bit rude.
He
I
was a little
thought he was a
rude to
little bit
her.
rude to her.
Yeah.
What did you think about Eva and Sunny with the vaginal facials, whatever
Yeah, the
it's
vaginal
called?
facials or whatever. I guess that's like what their business is. I
Yes.
personally wouldn't if this is what you did for a living, like I would not mind you down there,
A
taking
lot of
care you.
people thought it was terrible.
Yeah, but why? If that's what they do to other people for a living, why is it off limits to your daughter? If anything, that should be like the most like okay.
Especially since it's your flesh and blood, and I wiped your ass when you were born. But
Yeah.
they feel that people really didn't like that.
But that was like what they did for a living. They
Right.
do that to other people. So like, why not?
I guess it was weird when Eva said that's the most beautiful vagina I've ever
Yeah, that's
seen.
weird.
That was a little weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah,
I thought that was a little weird.
That is so weird. That is so weird. I don't know. Okay, now I'm cringing. Remembering that part. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much. Okay, who else? Oh, I did love that they proposed at the end, though, before I move on. That he proposed and it was so cute, but it was so funny when he was holding up the sign. He's like, "I'm going to purpose her." And he like spelled it wrong.
He spelled it wrong.
Dying for him. I was like, he probably really did not think they were going to show that. But they did.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that was so funny. But it's cute. They're both into like aliens, and he had a whole way, and he invited the mom to come, and I thought that was so sweet.
I thought that was really sweet too. That he included Eva. I really thought that was sweet.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. Okay, next one. Who's the next one?
Okay, so I think
Catherine and Gabby.
Catherine
and the next one.
Gabby.
Okay, what did you think of them?
Well, I couldn't get over that they were twinning. I guess they really loved what we do. I give us a compliment for that because twinning and wearing clothes that match is like all about us. You know?
So here's a little.
I thought that was just kind of cool that I guess we really made a mark on them.
Well, okay, so let's take it a step back. So we actually knew who they were before they were casted. I think we can tell you guys all this since you're all our chattermouths. But we knew who they were ahead of time because Catherine used to like DM my mom and was like, when she'd watch the show and like all of a sudden they were casted and we saw this like thing put out for them on an advertisement, a picture of like them twinning. We're like, oh, that's weird because like we follow them on social media. We knew like they used to not twin, or what I saw is that they were not twinning in previous TikToks or whatever in the past, and that's fine. So I saw them pictures, and so we were like, oh, I bet they were cast on the show. So you wrote to them like, congratulations, I think you were cast, but then crickets. Never wrote back. Just wanted to get on the show. Still trying to, I don't know. So I felt it was a little weird all of a sudden to see like a new mother-daughter duo on there who's also twinning and dressing the exact same. And, like it's fine. Other mothers and daughters do that. And like, great. We love that for them. Like we love dressing alike. But it just seemed almost like trying to be us or something.
But I look at it as a compliment.
Yes.
Because we made such an impact on them. Mm-hmm. They actually really, in my opinion, wanted to be us, except I didn't think that Catherine, honestly, it's a terrible thing to say, is nice to her other daughters.
We and you don't dress the exact same, though. They pick out, which is so much easier. They have, like, it's so much easier to shop. They just buy 2 of everything, and that is, like, so much easier. We find, like, the same outfit, but, like, different.
It
has to be a little different.
A little twist.
So we'll find a dress that's in one pattern, and then you'll have the jumpsuit in the same pattern. Because it can't be the exact same, because I feel like that'd be weird walking around being the exact same as my mom.
We still want to show our own identity in it.
Gotta have a little bit of our own self.
Yeah, so true.
But they wear the exact same outfits.
Yes.
But power to them, because I sometimes get embarrassed when we're dressed. We do it on social media. We take funny things on that. But walking like into Target wearing the exact same outfit, I would be too embarrassed.
No, you never want to do that.
No, I'm too embarrassed.
Right.
It can't be the exact same. It could be very similar, close enough, but not the exact same. I wear the exact same with Belle because she's a little, but not. That's different, right?
It's totally different.
Yeah, but what were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
Sorry, I cut you off before. I was saying, no, but. Oh, but I did like watching their pageant stuff because I was in pageants growing up.
You were Miss Clearwater.
Miss Clearwater, and then I was Mrs. Tampa Bay, and I got first
were.
runner-up at Mrs. Florida. It was so fun. But getting to watch her go through the whole pageant process because I could relate, it was really fun. I also liked the curly hair because I have curly hair.
I felt bad. She has 2 other daughters.
Oh my gosh, it was like
Cinderella
and the stepsisters.
Stepsisters. What was that about? It was just, to me, so sad. I mean, hopefully that's not like that in real life, and this was just portrayed that way. But I just felt awful the way they were portrayed, carrying their suitcases into the pageant area. And to me, that was just so sad, you know?
I felt the same way. I hated that. I was like, I don't even know if they realized it. And I think the sisters were so used to it that they didn't even realize it.
Right.
But seeing that, I felt so bad.
Also, you know, to dress like one daughter and never include the other daughters.
Well, maybe the other
in
daughters
dressing.
didn't want to.
Or even, I don't know that, right, they didn't want to maybe dress like that, but I don't know. I don't feel like they're included. I feel like they're in the back burner, you know, and that's really
some of the
sad.
mothers on this season, it was interesting. Like, even though you and I are very close, we do, like, you love all of your children equally, and I know that, but like Eva and Sunny, she literally said on national television that Sunny is her favorite child. Like,
yeah,
that
was so
terrible.
sad.
I would not. Like,
I could never do that.
I was so sad for her other children because you know
Right.
they're going to be watching it.
It's interesting because when I was interviewed during Smothered, one of the seasons, they asked me, is Cher my favorite? And I said, all my children are my favorite.
They ask that a lot. They try
Yes.
very hard to get you to kind of.
But honestly,
say
I
it.
could never say that because it's not true. I love each one equally in their own way. Each one is everything to me.
Right. It's interesting during the interview process, they do ask certain questions to try to like see how you're going to react, but it's up to
Right.
you to say that. Like, no one's forcing you ever to say anything. And like, I remember they would ask, do you love your mom? Is your mom the person that you love the most in the world? Like,
Oh,
do you
I
love her more
remember
than
that.
Jared?
Right,
She would
I
ask these
remember that.
questions and it's like, I love my mom so much, but you can't, like, you don't, you're not going to. How can
No.
you answer it like that? But a lot of the people fall into the trap and like end up
Right.
saying these things.
Well, they say it because, I think they really do believe that, but
Yeah.
I would not. I mean, I love each one of you equally. And it's so sad for the other children, if they feel that way,
Right. Totally.
especially when you have like more than one of the same sex.
Yeah.
Like, like I have two boys, so they don't want to be smothered like you
Right.
know. And even though I think I do smother Grant a lot,
You tried to smother Chad.
I do try, but I do smother Grant. I think sometimes I'm always calling him and asking him intimate
That's
things.
because he's
but-
single, so you're like still
right.
You still
right.
can.
I still can, but to when you have this like a girl and then you have another daughter, like. It's so hurtful to me that the other daughter isn't, in my eyes, treated the same way.
Yeah. No, I feel the same. I felt like that too. But what was I going to say? Oh, also with Gabby and Catherine, it was interesting how Catherine wants to be this pageant queen, but her answer, she didn't know what philanthropy was. As a pageant queen, you have to be doing so much philanthropy. How can you not know what that is? And it was really funny when they said, what do you think on like the rights to bear arms? And she's like, I have bare arms, like talking about her hairy arms. I was like, girl, if you're a pageant queen, it's not just about looks and how you act. It's like how you act in the real world, how you treat others, how you talk to people. I was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
I thought that was really funny. What did you think of them going to New York together and getting to do modeling and all of that?
I thought that was fun. I mean,
that'd be so fun.
I would love to do that with you.
I would too. I feel like that
was
would be cool.
A lot of fun.
And there really isn't that many like mothers and daughters who can kind of pull off that mother-daughter role.
Yes.
Being older and younger. Like, it's easy when they're like 5, but not easy when you're 60, 63 and 33. Like, it's not as 64 now, but 63 and 33, like that, it's harder to have that. So I think that's so cool.
I think that's I would have loved to do that with you. I would love to do that
would
with
be
you.
fun.
But did you see how Catherine did like when they were doing her hair
yeah.
and making it flat?
She didn't like how she looked. You wouldn't either. You actually probably would be the same.
I felt for her then because you're used to a certain way, and then all of a sudden it's like so different, and she hated it.
Oh
you
my
could see because
gosh.
afterwards when she was talking to the TV, it was back puffy again.
Yes, they fixed it. She wouldn't leave the place until Gabby fixed her hair. Gabby was like
Right.
curling her hair for her.
Right. She
I thought that was
hated it.
so
But you have to be
funny.
open when you do modeling because they're going to dress you any way that they want to and fix you up the way they foresee you to look like.
Right,
for that.
right, exactly. Yeah. This season was interesting. Was that all the couples? Or
Yes,
I call them the
that
couples,
was-
the
yes.
mother-daughter duos.
Yes,
Like,
that was all
everybody?
the mother and daughter duos.
Wow.
Yes, each one like that.
It was interesting. So this season, a lot of people don't even realize this, but there was a whole new production crew we're giving you like the inside scoop on everything. You know, our chattermouths know everything because we can't stop chatting. So anyways, but yeah, there was a whole new production crew. So everybody that we ever worked with was not there anymore. So
so they changed everything.
Everything. So so it was a whole new production crew. That's why it was done a little differently, I think. I did like how at the very end of the season they had like what happened to every mother-daughter duo, like where they are now, because like with our seasons, it was always left on such a cliffhanger. And I was always like, well, what's going to happen with them? Like, and I want to know, because even though we're on the show with other people, we don't actually talk to the other mother-daughter duos. They always kept us all very, very separate. So I would always be left like wanting to know what happened. So I really liked how they closed things out this time.
Yes, they had closure for each one, which was great that they did that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Right, because people are still asking, what are we doing? What happened with us?
Yeah, like, are you still in Miami? Did you move to an apartment in Miami? Which is really funny. But it's cool now that our show's on HBO Max. Like, all these people are coming and they're like, hey, like, you know, wanting an update. So it's pretty crazy how it went from like, you know, now it's on season 5. That's awesome.
Wonderful.
People keep asking, are we going to come back for another season? And I'm not sure. You know, we're like living our life. I don't know what I would think about this after seeing this past season. I don't know if we're like that. We're a little, I feel like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to be associated anymore. We'll see. Well, to be continue. We still have to think about this one, because this season, I don't know. There was some interesting stuff going on.
I know people were like upset when they saw me pushing myself on you with moving, not buying a house on the other coast of Florida, but I felt like he was only there for fellowship for 1 year, and why would you buy a house not knowing where he's actually going to settle down and practice?
Right. No, you were right. And,
you know, so I felt like I had to voice my opinion,
because you didn't want us to make a bad financial decision.
Right. But again, everyone thought I was too pushy for that one too.
That's why you got pushed in the pool.
I know.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Somebody posted on Reddit and sent this to me. There was a picture. You got pushed in the pool on Smothered, and I got pushed in the pool when I was on my Super Sweet 16.
Oh, I saw that. Was so funny.
I thought that was so funny. How did we both end up on television on a reality show, both getting pushed in the pool? I was dying.
Really
I was like, that is really funny.
It was so terrible when I got pushed in the pool because my lashes fell off and
oh my gosh.
And they were all terrible. My lashes, my sunglasses flew off me, and I went in with my shoes. That was the worst. I was going down, straight down.
You felt like you were sinking?
I felt like I was sinking.
Goodness. Luckily you were okay.
I couldn't believe it. I really wanted to push her back in the pool too, Sherry.
Luckily you didn't.
No.
It's funny. I think when you also have like cameras on you, it's like high pressure, high stakes, because like so much is going on. They're there, you know, when they're filming, they're only there for a few weeks. They're not filming every single day, 24/7. They're there for a few weeks filming. And so during that time, they're usually there during like the most like important times in your life for that year, or the biggest decision-making time. So they're there during the times when you're at your most highest stress point, you know, you're at your peak. And so they really get to see everything, how you handle it. Are you going to crumble under pressure? All of that.
Well, I was really upset because Sherry was like encouraging you to buy a house.
Okay, well, this is part's in the past. We're focusing on season 5 today. Now we're not bringing you back.
That bothered me because I just felt you didn't have your best interest at heart.
Yes, but from their point of view, you just have to think, if it was the other way around, I feel like you may be doing the same thing, because you would have wanted me to kind of be stuck in that area, you know, if you were living there. So, you know, like now I'm living in the other coast. Had I bought a house, I probably would be living over there. So got to think of it that way too.
It really depends on where he got a job.
Yeah, so
I worked that. I worked that though. I help you get a job near me.
That's right. So we bought a house near you.
Right,
anyways,
exactly.
On that note, this was a super fun Smothered dish. If you guys have questions about Smothered or anything specific that y'all want to know, we are Chattermouth, so we are chatting about it all. So go ahead, DM us, send us your questions, and we'd love to keep chatting. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. We love if you post on social media. We'll always repost it. So we love you guys. We'll see you all later. Bye.